don't care if you've seen this movie. Actually, I don't think you should. But this is another movie written by a woman that's like, hey,
date a loser, date a hobo, a lost, whatever.
I am so tired. I don't like anyone in this movie, which means it's probably bad writing. How in the world did the same woman who wrote this write this? Oh my God. Then again, I should do a movie review of this. Because didn't she end up with a loser in this one too? I don't know, whatever. Y'all know that I'm gonna go into this movie and you don't have to watch it. If you haven't seen it, good, but I'm gonna spoil some stuff. This is another example of a movie written by a woman. Like, I expect men to do this, but when women are writing movies that are like, oh my God, women are just like, ugh, you should be lucky to be with this guy. Like, how would I feel bad? Why do I feel bad for this guy the whole movie? Why is he the person I'm rooting for? He sucks. I don't like rom-com. I've never watched them until I started doing more content and people like my reviews of them because I use my dumb voices or whatever. The reason why I don't like most rom-coms is like my mutual YV edit talked about this. Rom-coms that are actually about healthy relationships are going to be boring. So almost all of them that are interesting involve a woman doing ridiculous things to find love. So it's like keeps perpetuating this anyway. This puppet's coming out, the hobo, because this guy is like kind of like just because they have money and all kinds of privilege and, even works in finance doesn't mean he doesn't have that hobo mindset. And a hobosexual could also just be a Peter Pan, a lost boy. Doesn't surprise me that he ends up with her. A lot of hobos love successful women. Their life is set. Now, I will say this before I get into this. I do like that this is all like, hey, this hot dude who's like 23 years younger in real life than this actress, that she could pull that. That's actually been my lived experiences. In fact, I wrote a viral article about being a cougar. This thing I wrote many years ago for Glamour about how I started letting myself date younger men because men my age wouldn't date me and men older than me wouldn't date me. Thank God. Rejection is protection. So I started dating young. And then I wrote this about being in like 17 tabloids across the world, being slut shamed by the Star, the Daily Mail, the Sun, the Mirror, whatever this is, whatever language this is. Even ended up as the #1 example in the online dictionary of what a cougar is. I do not believe in that term because it implies predatory behavior. When we know that men are the ones preying on us, I'm not saying that women cannot prey on men, but it is rare. Bridget Macron, she preyed on the president of the country I'm living in. I am not okay with women preying on children, teenagers, or even men in their early 20s. I'm fine with age gap relationships if it's within reason, and especially if it's a woman dating young, because these men are looking for hospice wife. And they almost always have more power than us and money. I mean, they have more power because of patriarchy, period. But they usually have more money and a bunch of other stuff, and then they expect us to care for them. Blah, blah, blah. I've already talked about that. So, I'm not saying that women cannot target and prey on men. I'm just saying, that's like, it's not that common. Relative to how much men do this to us. But we're cougars. Men just love dating younger women, but we are predators when we date. Like, there's also a problem with dating younger because my abuser was younger as well. So in theory, I'm all about this. Great. But this actually doesn't make women look great. And this actually just like makes me feel bad for this dude. Makes me feel like she's just so lucky to have this dude. Why? Because he's hot? Now, before I get into this movie, I really don't like, there's a lot of things about it that really annoy me. Like, it's a white couple that goes to a retreat, and then another white lady is like trying to cheat with the man, and they're all in Morocco, which was colonized and has just been through so much crap because of white people. The point is that anytime that Hollywood goes to anywhere in the global south, or actually anywhere in general, I mean, look at Emily in Paris. The Hollywood portrayal of literally anywhere is usually terrible. We got our hero, I guess, even though I don't really even like her very much. She's in the car. Coming from the airport, she sees some, some animals, some men dancing on the side of the road to music. Yeah, she's like, And And she's, really struggling because her agent wants her to turn this book in. She's got a deadline. It's set up that, this woman is like a writer, and she's like struggling with her writing and under pressure. And of course, we got to see Morocco, but through the lens of these people. That's what I'm annoyed about. I just don't ever trust Hollywood's depiction of literally anything, including women. So they're staying at this place, and they give her this amazing room. She's like, oh my God, I thought you put me in a broom closet. And the woman who runs this place apparently really wants to meet this lady and has been so kind and gave her the best room. And she's like, no dinner. It's like an all expense paid trip to Morocco to stay in this like castle-like place. And she's like, no, I don't want to talk to the people who invited me or any of these people. I'm just so tired. I get that jet lag is not fun. And when you lose your luggage, not fun. But like, you can just say hi. Go say hi. Okay? Rude. You think if I just took a smaller room, I wouldn't have to go to all this stupid stuff, the group activity. He's like, okay, not a problem. Just goes, isolate in your room. Why are you even here? Okay. And, and he's like, okay, madame. But then she's like, I'm not a madam. I'm just Catherine. Like, just stop. He's trying to be respectful. Like, the way she talks to people is so annoying. So then she's flipping through this little book, and then she sees Lily. Well, what does Lily do? Lily wrote a best-selling American novel called Set the Sun on Fire. Lily. We also learn about this guy. Who's this guy? Well, this is a Brazilian writer who, what's her face? I don't even know her name. Oh, Catherine. That's right. Not Madame. Catherine apparently used to have something with this dude. He's from Rio de Janeiro. And the way they portray this guy, it's like, there's a lot of like undertones in this story where it's like, because he will later be characterized as an alcoholic addict. And then all of these men who are not white, whether he's Brazilian or someone from Morocco, they all just like, there's this very like, low-key fear of men in this country, which we know what that trope's about, right? Long, historic, racist trope that the white women need to be so afraid of these men. So anyway, this like privileged rich white lady is writing in this place, and she just seems like annoyed to be here. I still don't understand why she's here. Well, they're going to tell us later, but it doesn't make sense. So then this couple shows up. There's Lily, who set that sun on fire. And her doting boyfriend. Now, I want to know how old this woman is. Because we know in real life, I think he's 34. And he looks a good 34 here, if not older. He's got the lines and everything. This chick looks like she's 23. I don't know. So there's an age gap here. But, that's not the problem. It's the age gap with the older lady. And she's like, wow, what are we doing here? Don't ask me, I followed you. Now, first of all, I would never bring my boyfriend on a big trip like this. She is the only person that brought her boyfriend. Lily, this is for you. And you brought this man along, so now you got to babysit him and entertain him. And you know what? If he was a self-reliant big boy, he would be able to entertain himself and have fun that didn't involve cheating. Because that's what this whole story is about, is cheating. But anyway, a confident man would go on a trip to support you. First of all, he may not even want to go with you because he understands he might be in the way and distraction. And this guy has to work anyway. All he does is on his phone. Talk, text. So he's already like not there. But because so many men are lost, they don't like know what to do with their time. It doesn't mean like chasing women or working. Men are like, God, don't give men too much time. A bored man, with this relying on a woman for something is going to be a nightmare to her. Anyway, so yeah, I followed you here. Stay home, bro. You should have stayed home. And Lily, you shouldn't have invited him. So here's our lovely host that Katie, wouldn't meet. Look at this place. Gorgeous, right? I don't understand this retreat. I'm a writer. I've not written a best-selling novel, but I really think that this... What world of publishing are these people working in? I've never heard of people. I mean, maybe it's because I'm not a famous writer yet. Maybe other than articles. I don't think this is real. Like, I don't think on this level. I don't doubt they have retreats and all this stuff and invite people, but like, please don't think that this is something that happens a lot unless you are literally like famous. I just don't understand. This is out of my reality. But how are they paying for him too? Who's paying for him? I don't understand. There's a lot of logistics in this movie. And as someone who worked in the film industry, especially in props and set dressing, and also, I've been a writer for a long time. I've written screenplays too. There's so many plot holes in this that I'm like, this doesn't make sense. Once you learn how the sausage is made, then you can't unsee how the sausage is made. So you don't just see a sausage, you see all the things wrong with the sausage. Anyway, I like that Lily is at least grateful to her host, unlike Katie. So this bitter older woman, is successful, but is just like such a naysayer. Just out on her balcony writing. That's all she does is write. And then she gets a text with real estate, and she calls who we're assuming is her ex-husband. Why am I getting real estate ads? Like, you said you'd find a new place before you left. I've been busy writing. If I wait for you to stop writing to move out, you'll live here forever. First of all, I don't even believe this storyline. His husband had cancer, so I'm sorry. Unless he found another woman to take care of him, I don't even believe this. Yeah, I mean, what's more believable is she had cancer, and he's like, get out. Anyway, he just sounds like a jerk. So we got this jaded woman who works too much. She's like annoyed that she has to be at this beautiful place. You know how hard this book has been. So here they're setting up this thing that she's just this really blocked writer, and she needs something to unblock her. Like a good pounding from a younger man who has a girlfriend, I guess. This whole thing, that's why I flew all the way out here, is to just get some quiet. Mitch, what? Have you heard of hotel rooms? They have hotel rooms all over, wherever you're from. I don't know which state she's from. Why on earth are you going to Morocco and you don't even want to be there just for quiet so you can write? What about headphones? Have you heard of those? And then he's like, yeah. Helping you isn't my responsibility anymore. Again, who wrote this? Why is she homeless? They had a farmhouse. Why is she homeless? What? Like she doesn't have anywhere to go, anywhere to live? I don't understand this. Why does he get to keep the house? He is leaving you. Anyway, again, my little writer brain is like, a lot of this doesn't add up. We then meet the other people at the retreat. Like this schmags addict, alcoholic Brazilian man who used to be her lover. Again, this story is trying to be Eat, Pray, Love or something. I don't know, but it's missing the mark. Because the way they frame this man is like a player and almost like predatory, and his playerness is a little gross. Then we meet this guy who wrote a memoir about surviving as a child soldier in Libya. Like it's like a story about all these white people, and then the whole rest of the cast is people of color who are just like, propped up and are just, I don't know. I don't know. There's something about this that doesn't sit right with me. Maybe someone can explain it better. Again, so this guy's like always cheersing the Liam dude. I forget his name too. Don't care. That's how much I don't care about any of these characters. I don't even remember their names. So this guy, this little tag along, right out of the gate is like, God, I'm bored. All these stupid writers. And then later on, they're at dinner. They're just chat. Yeah, Nietzsche, blah, blah, blah. Oh, writer, philosophy, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, he's bored. Shocker. Now, if the genders were reversed, and this was a man at this retreat, and he brought along his girlfriend, or which he wouldn't, because most men would be like, ooh, I can go cheat. Sorry, not most men, but a lot. If this was a man writer and the woman was there, you know what the woman would be doing? She'd be talking to everybody. So on some level, this movie is actually very accurate. And it's what would happen if you brought your boyfriend along on this huge opportunity for you. He'd just be a little stick in the mud who doesn't try, just is like so annoyed that he's there to support you in your stupid career. Insecure, jealous men, they can't stand it when you are the star. So you can already tell. So this is actually very accurate. I do like that it's portraying that. But I hate that somehow, despite that, we're supposed to be cheering for this dude. He's the prize? Okay. He doesn't even try to get to know anybody other than the woman he's going to try to, succeed at cheating on his girlfriend, his successful girlfriend with. He's not talking. He's not doing anything. She's just having the best time. Good for you. You deserve that, Lily. Maybe not. Maybe your story's trash. But whatever. Good for you. Your first book right out of college is a best-selling novel. You seem somewhat humble by it. You got a little grumpy pants there. Like, this is boring. And again, if this was a male author and his girlfriend, you know what she would be doing to be like, oh my God, like, she would be doing so much to make you shine. But when you go and this is your career and you have someone like this, not only will they embarrass you, they will actually make you look stupid. They will ruin anything good that you went there for, because you know how exhausting it is to travel with a man like this, to be with a man like this. Grumpy pants. I know that they're portraying him as this like really supportive guy, but he makes no effort. He's like, cool, a free trip, but then doesn't do anything, and then we're supposed to feel sorry for him because he feels left out. Grow up! Everybody's talking about books, and then the woman next to him is like, you write fiction or nonfiction? Neither. I'm not a writer. I'm in finance. Great, finance bro, just what we need. I'm just here with Lily, my girlfriend. And then this lady, I like this moment here. She goes, let me guess. She dedicated her book to you, huh? She did. Yeah. I did. Look at her trying to take care of his ego like, yeah, I did. I couldn't have done it without him. Don't ever say that to a man. Don't ever say that to a man. Don't ever give them that much credit. Even if you think they deserve it, don't do that. I mean, maybe, if he was really making your life so much easier, maybe. You know that men are the thing that stand in the way of women being successful all the time. So I think you probably would have, you wrote it in spite of him, but I don't believe I couldn't have done it without him. Because we know if one thing men are not great at in general, especially a man who I've already judged because of the things that has been written about him, is that they are not great for emotional labor and, gassing you up and supporting you. He's the ball and chain. It's so funny. They call us the ball and chain. He's just following her around. Mr. Grumpy Pants. But she couldn't have done it without him, even though he's already just like a nuisance to her on this trip. I don't believe that you couldn't have done it without him. And she even says it. Bullshit. Excuse me? Now, I don't... This is annoying. A book inside a writer is like a fetus in a womb. Don't be using the fetus, come on. Once it's been conceived, there is nothing anyone can do to either speed up or prevent its arrival. Lady, have you dated men? I firmly disagree with this. As a writer and a writing coach, as a writer, the only thing that ever stood in my way of writing well is men, which is why I haven't dated them for most of my life. And that 1 year I dated a hobo, I didn't write a single thing for the entire relationship because he was so exhausted. Men, they come in there and the first thing that goes is stuff like joy, hobbies, creativity. So you're wrong, lady. But I do like that she says you're best in amenity, like a warm towel in the business class, huh? And you know what's so funny is this is supposed to somehow justify his affair. Oh, she emasculated him. She made him feel like an amenity. Yeah, that's what it is, though. He's just already a tag-along. And any success that she has with her book is all hers. He should not take credit for it. Girl, why did you dedicate your book to him and not your mom or your dad or your parents or your best friend? Especially for someone so young, you dedicated your book to him, I swear. As soon as they break up, which is inevitable, she's going to be so embarrassed that man is forever tattooed into her book. He's so annoyed that she's like minimizing his role in her success. I'm glad she did, but he's like, oh. So then, of course, right after they leave, she's like, did you have a good time? All emotional labor here. You hardly said anything on that. And you can't take that personally, the towel thing. She's just a notorious that, or she's just telling you the truth, honey. Nah, it's fine. It's fine. The way this man just avoids hard conversation and pouts like a little child, and then like we're supposed to side with him even though he won't communicate to his girlfriend what's actually going on. Yeah. That's what he's doing, but somehow like we're supposed to root for him. The cheater. Okay. So then Katie is laying there and then she decides to brush her teeth, but no water. Meanwhile, he's in bed and, can't sleep. So he feeds her an Ambien she asks for. Aren't you going to take one? No, I have my work to do. Because he's a big boy with a big job. He's supposed to take this big call and then he can't find a cell service signal. So he goes up the stairs, then on the roof with this lad. Finally, he makes the call. That's when Catherine sees him. Oh. She's outside because she doesn't have water. He's upstairs because he doesn't have cell phone service. She's like, look at him. Hey! They bond over the fact that this silly hotel doesn't have water or cell phone service. Are you kidding me? I don't even believe this. I don't believe that the water wouldn't be working and there's no signal. Okay. Did you happen to see what door I came out of? Like, this woman is in her 50s, best-selling writer, somehow got to Morocco just fine, is managing without luggage or anything. And she's like, I don't know where I am. But the hero, he's going to run down the ladder and save her. Walks her through the garden. Oh, I know where I am now. I would have been stuck on that roof all night if you hadn't saved me. He needs to save her in their first interaction. Come on.
Okay, y'all, I moved to a new location. I'm not using a microphone anymore because it didn't record the last 30 minutes of stuff I did. So I have to start all over again, but I'm gonna do it. But please, these filters drive me crazy. Please excuse not having a microphone for now. Should I talk like this for the whole rest of I do not know why it put this on here. And then I was like, oh, it's right there. I love figuring out technology. Why am I a dog with mascara on? What is this stuff? Anyway, if you made it this far, just write dog mascara, just so I know if people even watch these whole things. Okay, so the next morning, I'm gonna speed through some stuff and slow down for stuff, because this is all just... So the next morning, I just pay attention to how much Lily caters to this man's ego. We're supposed to hate her because he's just so mistreated. He comes down the next morning, she's with all the writer people, she knows he feels insecure, and she's like, hey, he was up all night making calls. He made one call. And he used that time to make a call. It was like a 2-minute call, I believe, and then he hit on the woman he's gonna cheat on you with. Stop making it seem like your boyfriends work so hard when they don't. Anyway, she's all like, oh my God, there's a reporter here who wants to talk to me. So I think I'm gonna stick around. He's like, it's okay, I don't have to. I don't wanna leave you here. You need to be babysat all the time, apparently. He's like, no, you should go. Yeah, you wouldn't feel like I dragged you all the way out here to abandon you? So I just want you to notice how many times she has been like, hey, are you okay? Oh my God, blah, blah, blah. No, I'm fine, do your thing. So then we see Catherine, and Catherine's mad about the water still. This poor guy has to deal with Catherine, or maybe Karen is what you should call. He's like, I'm so sorry about that. While she's talking, she's like, oh, that guy. The cliche man from Brazil. Anyway, he's like, maybe you want to go into town. No one signed up. Because he knows she don't want to hang out with anybody. The drive is long, the car is air conditioned, and the driver doesn't even speak English. Because I get the sense that you don't make any effort to speak the language with anyone that you go to the country of. I've got a car with a man who doesn't speak English, so you can go hang out in all day in the air conditioning. Like a U.S. American. Like, Catherine is why people hate us. I'll go all the way to Morocco and expect to be in the United States. But what's his butt? Owen. He's coming too, I guess. He's like, just us, huh? No, she's not listening because she's just tap, typing. And then he does this face. I swear, he's like, I think the reason why we're supposed to like this guy is he's kind of like Jim from The Office. Making these faces so that, we're supposed to be like, yeah, he gets it. Poor Jim. Owen is always just like, knows what's going on. These silly people who are just so bleh. I'm Owen, by the way. Catherine. She just, you know what? I don't mind that she's a blur. I kind of like that. Whatever. She's here. She's focused on her career. She's doing her thing. But like the way she's written makes me not like her. And it also, because she's so rude to him, makes us root for him. Wow, Catherine, love. I see your face in bed a lot. She's like, what? My girlfriend's always reading your book and your pictures on the back. More nights than not, I get in bed and there you are, staring right at me. Bro, what are you doing here? I know it's a funny little joke. And then she's like, Erin, do you see this computer that I'm tapping on in a car? Because it makes so much sense to write a novel from the back seat of a car in Morocco rather than, a hotel in the town you live in, or even a hotel in a town down the road. You came all the way to Morocco to write in the back of a car. How are you not getting car sick? A lot of women, like myself, once we hit 40 and then perimenopause hits, for some reason, we're car sick all the time now. This doesn't even make sense. Who writes I'm sorry, but as a writer, I have written in a lot of weird places, but for somebody who needs peace and quiet, it was so high maintenance. They can't even write in their hotel room, in this gorgeous hotel room in Morocco, where they have their own pool and a stunning view because she doesn't have water. Like, have you heard of bottled water? Like, this is what I mean, like, as a writer, I'm like, the plot doesn't make sense. All the things that make them end up having to hang out don't make sense to me. And so she doesn't have running water in her room. There's running water in the hotel, not her room. So she's going to write in the back of a car all day. They're going somewhere, but like none of this makes sense. But she's like, do you see what I'm doing here? This is requiring 100% of my attention. I get it. There's nothing more annoying than a man trying to talk to you while you're working or literally doing anything and you're sending the signal that just shut up, stop talking to me. So, I mean, I get that, but I just want you to see that they're just making her just so not likable, so hard and rigid and, Sandra Bullock all over again from the proposal. This little Mark needs to be humble. She just cares about her career. What about, marriage and babies and So she's supposed to be the hero, but we're supposed to want her to be with this other dude because he's like gonna have a good impact on her. I don't actually think that's true. He's like, so you want me to shut up, huh? Please. Again, love the energy, but when it's served to set up a love story with these two, and her getting humbled by this guy and needing to learn a lesson from this guy and being so blocked with writing until his big magic wand grounded in her is going to unlock her. I hate the premise of this story, especially as a service worker. I've been in the service industry. I worked in cafeteria. I worked in hotels. I worked with tourists for a long time. People like this made me insane. I also worked in the outdoor industry. I worked with so many tourists. They're the worst, but especially... she's not even that bad. She's just like Debbie Downer. But you know what? These two deserve each other because he's a Derek Downer. But yeah, we're supposed to feel bad for this poor nice guy who's just here to support his girlfriend. And this older lady's being and his successful girlfriend just doesn't care about him, even though she's literally overcompensating for his not feeling like the sun and her the planet today. So we watch him judge her because we're all judging her. Tap, tap, tap. So instead of looking at this beautiful scenery, she's still tap, tap, tap. Okay, see you later. Yeah, tap, tap, tap. And her driver's like, okay. She's like, tap, tap, tap. Just a second. Like, whatever you were writing in the back of this car, I promise it's not good. How could a writer write this story? I don't understand. So then we see this beautiful city. What's he doing? He's talking to finance bros, making deals to screw over a family for coal in West Virginia while he's here. The colonizer visiting a colony while also doing the same thing to people in his country too. Like whatever. What's Catherine doing? Tap, tap, tap. He's like, oh, hey. He's like, come on over. So they have lunch together. I don't understand why, because she was such a jerk before, but okay. It's like, oh, I don't want to disturb you. She's like, no, I should take a break. She's like, so how are you? And he's like, fine, I guess. She's like, yo, okay. This is why I'm showing you some of these conversations, is they are so dumb. You will never convince me these people are in love. So many movies. Like, this couple reminds me of Carrie and Big. I'm like, what the hell do y'all talk about? Like, y'all's those two's conversations are so dumb. You will never convince me that they actually have fun together. Other than, like, his dumb jokes, her wearing pretty dresses and stuff. And it's the same with these two. I'm like, what are y'all really talking about? Anyway, she's like, how? He's like, fine, I guess. She's like, fine, I guess. You come thousands of miles for... You're one to talk, lady. Tap, tap, tap. You want to know the truth? I don't think I even love to try. Imagine this white finance bro in this beautiful city sitting there being like, I don't really like traveling. And an expense paid trip that he's only on because of his girlfriend and all her hard work. Just like the whole thing, like airports, flying. Well, I say it's gonna be this like transformative experience. Go to new exotic, bro. Come on. Did nobody proofread this script? They use the word exotic so many times. Exotic place. Meet the new exotic you. But then you get there and you're not new or exotic. You're just a boring, mediocre white man colonizer in a beautiful place. You're just you.
I'm just Ken. Ken in Morocco. I hate it here. I hate traveling.
And she's just like, yeah, that's true.
Y'all two are kind of perfect for each other, to be honest.
And then she's like, the point of travel, according to this person that you will not know, I'm going to reference to make you feel silly. Because,
you're not a writer. I don't understand conversations about Nietzsche and other philosophers.
The point of travel was to make us modest.
Well, you are missing the point, Catherine.
You know what? AC loving whatever.
Show us
the tiny place we occupy in the world. Occupy being a very perfect word.
And then he says this, I grew up with 4 sisters, so I know how small I am.
What does that mean? What are you talking about, bro? You have 4 sisters. My guess is the reason that you're this way is that you were just a little prince. The little prince, and you got probably treated way differently than all your sisters. She's like, so why'd you come?
Good question. This stupid book brought me along a girl. I mean, my girlfriend Lily invited me. I don't know. I guess she needed a personal shopper. Bro! She did not ask you to go shop for her, as far as I know. She felt bad leaving you by yourself because you need someone to hold your hand and carry you and nurse you like a little baby, right? It's all like, gosh, I'm going to come out here and buy these stupid stars. I don't know their conversation is dumb, but this conversation is the perfect conversation of like two people I can't stand and I don't care what happens to them. Imagine the audacity of these two white people walking through this one of the most beautiful towns in the world. People come from all over to visit this place. And all expense paid trip. And what, imagine this blonde US American woman walking being like, what if you lived here and you didn't like the color blue? Now I can totally see why these two fell in love. They're both boring. He's like, who doesn't like blue? I could pick a fight with blue. What? What are y'all talking about? That's a great use of energy and time. I'm sorry, as a writer, I'm like, who is writing this dialogue? You're literally making me hate these people. Like, who wrote? I mean, I know who wrote it, but how could someone who wrote Erin Brockovich write dialogue like this and call it, oh, where are we going right now? Someplace new and exciting. So he's like, why did you fly almost 1,000 miles? Oh, I'm finishing a book. I just needed a place to write. Like the back of a car in the desert. You can't finish at home? Valid question. See, we're going to side with him because he's asking her valid question. Nope. See, he's eventually going to penetrate her ice cold barrier. He's going to turn this heartless, cold, career-focused woman into a vulnerable little puddle of tears. Did you start it at home? Yep. So what changed? She's like, I don't know. I'm buying underwear now. And that was the end. And then she's tap, 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 tap again in her back of a car. Oops. Car breaks down. You know, I knew this shot was coming. Because we gotta have this finance bro in the back of the truck with a goat. And we need Catherine in the front with this guy. And we need her to be scared and sketched out. Where is he taking her? Well, they take her to a party. They take her somewhere. This is actually not surprising, you know, because if you travel a lot and you have like an open mind and an open heart, you actually end up in some of the most amazing situations. But Catherine does not have an open heart and open mind. Neither does that dude. Like, I love that this scene in terms of like the joy and food. I do not believe that A, she would be enjoying herself this much, and B, that this would even happen to her, given what a jerk she is. Because everybody just loves her, and she's like, oh, look at you, you beautiful baby. It's just something about like this. I don't, like, God, let me know if this is making any sense. As somebody who worked in tourism for a long time, in New Mexico, for example, the way that people would come to just consume the Pueblo people and all of these places and spaces that were sacred, and like, it just made me realize how much this like colonizer mindset is so much a part of the way white people travel. And I just like, I don't know, there's something about the portrayal of Morocco and people through the lens of these terrible white people I don't even like. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. And how the kids are all just like, wow, look at this man, the glasses. He puts on his glasses. I mean, everyone just embraces them like they're royalty, but also family. And I'm not saying that that's necessarily unrealistic, but especially again, if you travel a lot, it's like, wow, people share a lot more than maybe my individualist mindset taught me to share. But I just don't think that these people would end up in this scenario, because I think that she'd freak out and be like, I need to get back to my hotel, because she couldn't even handle not having water for a few hours. And then they're herding goats. Like, I just don't see her or him being willing to do this. And they watch the goat, and she's looking at him like, new and exotic. Yeah. We're supposed to like Catherine, but also want him to like break down her wall. But like, I don't like her and I don't like him. She needs to keep her walls up. This little hobo cheater is getting too close to her. This is not Eat, Pray, Love. This is not After Sunset or Sunrise or whatever the hell those 3 movies are with Ethan Hawke and whatever. This is, I have a girlfriend and a colonizer mindset and I'm a bum and I'm following her and I'm going to cheat on the girlfriend who brought me here. With this old hag who should be grateful that someone like me, younger than her, wants her. That's what I'm getting is the feeling of this movie. So he's asking, he's like, can I ask you something? These retreats and stuff, are they a big part of being a writer? Huge. I mean, you kind of don't need to write. Okay, I could do a whole video on this. Who wrote this? Like, I'm sorry, I don't know any writers who are not really struggling just to sell books, just to get paid for the writing. This does not happen. What are you talking about? This is in the age of AI and people like me who have a big resume, over 60 articles, viral one, who can't afford to write anymore because they won't pay us. Shut up. Whoever put this in here is lying. This is not what writers do. Writers are dying to write and actually get paid for it. And writers usually have multiple jobs because we don't get paid to write hardly anymore. So you just travel and go to conferences in these exotic places and hang out with people who get way too drunk and only talk about themselves. Selfish writer. Whoever wrote this, like, really hates authors for some reason and clearly doesn't know many, or the ones they know kind of suck. Because what are you talking about? Lucky you get to be a part of it. Silly little world where everything's paid for and writers don't even have to work. And he's like, this is Lily's first novel. He's like, yeah, and it did well. Yeah, very well. I mean, she's never published anything. And then overnight, she's a best-selling author. I'm just little old me. Ken. Yeah, tricky transition. Don't ever think it's a good thing if you're bonding with a man over him complaining about his girlfriend. So how's she dealing with it? I mean, she's great. You know, it's a lot of change. She has a lot of confidence now. Things feel different. She feels different. No, I'm not the king of the castle. This is not my adventure of life and she's a sidecar. Now I'm the silly sidecar. And I hate it. He's like, and then he's like, I mean, it's all good. Here he goes again, just being like, but no, it's all good. And she's like, I've never known anything to be all good. You know, like your relationship with this silly little girl. You want to come fork me, stranger? Again, like, I hate both these people. And they get back to the hotel. He's been gone literally all day. He's like, you want to join everybody up there? She's like, no, I'm good. You and your silly little people, writers, I'm better than them. Go do your thing. And he goes upstairs and sees Lily having the time of her life. And he doesn't like that. They're all like smoking. And she's like, oh my God, everyone's awesome. Oh, and I love these people. Like, she's like, just loves this. And she's just all over him, this desperate woman. And then, you know, everyone's, you know, even the old lady's like smoking. And they're like offering him. And he's like, no. Like, this guy thinks he's better than everybody and at the same time feels inferior to everybody. When they're in bed later that night, he's telling her about this exciting interview with the reporter. She's like, how are you? Were you lonely? Nope. I hung out with someone all day. Your favorite writer, Catherine Lowe. He spent the whole day with her. He asked him what they talked about. He's like, I don't know. She has a reason to be a little concerned. And why didn't you tell me? Because you meeting like my hero is like me hanging out with Warren Buffett. All right, at least you didn't say Jeff Bezos, but still, whatever. So again, this man is like not telling her things and then just telling her enough to feel insecure. These men will ruin a good time anytime they're jealous of you and see you having one. So then the next day, Catherine's just tap, trying to work. All she cares about. And these maintenance men are making noise. And she complains to the manager, I just need a quiet place. I came all the way to Morocco for quiet, which again makes no sense. And why don't you have earbuds? Why don't you play music? Why literally like the entitlement of going to another country and expecting everyone to be so you can write. Bro, if you need quiet, buy noise canceling earphones. I work better in a grumpy place. Just put me somewhere else. Meanwhile, Lily and Owen are traveling around having dumb conversations. And he's texting his finance bros from places like this. And he's talking about his job. About how, like, about untapped coal mines. I love this guy is like, you do what? Like, yeah, because we need coal. That's how you run your business. I mean, it's clean coal. And this guy's like, I thought that was all anyway. The point is this guy tries to sound like a big boy with a big important job. And everyone's like, yeah, but it sounds kind of unethical, basically. And then he takes a job in the middle of this whole conversation. And so she's like rightfully a little upset because she doesn't see him hardly at all. And the only time they're hanging out, he's just taking phone calls. You knew I had to work. Yeah, but you don't have to answer the call the second it comes in. Hello, can you say, give me 10 minutes, I'll call you back. So I just think this man is punishing her for many things like men tend to do. Meanwhile, we finally meet the woman hosting this whole thing, and Catherine's like, oh God, and tries to run away. She's like, Catherine! So Catherine's like, fine, I'll hang out with y'all. So that's how Catherine ends up at Den. And of course, everyone's talking about all this stupid niche stuff, so he's bored. What do men do when they're bored? Cheat! Addictions, cheat, something. It's never anything good. Look at him right next to her, cheersing Catherine, flirting with her from across the room. And especially because he senses that she's got something with this dude, and she's, flirting with him back. Okay, so then they end up playing like Pictionary, but with like authors and philosophers and whatever. Shocker, Owen feels insecure. So when Lily says, it's your turn, he doesn't do so good because guess what? He doesn't read books. And you know whose books he also doesn't read? Hers. The guy doesn't read his own girlfriend's books, even though that's her job. If he is not your biggest fan, he's your biggest hater. Mark my word. So she embarrasses him a little bit. With an insecure man, this is bad, Lily. This is bad. You were taking care of his ego until now. What happened? Oh, I know. You're probably sick of this crap. He's like, And Catherine feels so bad for him. And there's the man lurking always in the background. Forgive him, okay? He only reads Sports Illustrated. Now, that was kind of rude, Lily, but at the same time, it's true. And it explains why this dude doesn't know anything and doesn't want to talk to anybody because he doesn't read books. Not married, dating an author, but doesn't ever read about anything with sports because he was an old football player trying to live out his old football dream. Now, Catherine feels so bad for Owen. Now she's going to pounce, I bet. Poor Owen goes outside and pouts. Catherine just happens to be out there, and I don't know why he's locked out. Again, weird detail. Could have just said he's taking some space, but he's locked out. Okay. She's like, come back to my place. And then they have another dumb conversation. I'm not even going into most of it because it's so boring. How much do you think this place would cost if we were paying for it? I don't know, Owen. You're probably not used to you having to pay for anything. Yeah, I bet your parents pay for everything. And then again, this man's so insecure. Like, how does your guy handle all this? All this stuff. By stuff, he means feeling emasculated by a woman's success. The way this man complains. How does your man deal with it? God, he must really, put up with it. He says, I have a guy. Then he's all like, well, and he talks about how he went on Wikipedia and looked her up. She's like, oh my God, did you look me up? Oh, look at this. They make her so desperate. She was just like a big old birch, like 10 minutes ago. Now she's just a little girl. Like, yeah, I read you're with a sculptor who makes giant metal blobs that for some reason sell for hundreds of thousands of dollars. You artists, how you get paid to do such stupid work, I don't get. And then she's all like, well, you get to know things about me that Wikipedia doesn't tell you. Like the way she is hitting on this man. And she's all asking him, what was your high school nickname? Bitch, who cares? I'm talking to this grown man in his 30s about high school. Y'all are so boring. She's like, let me guess. The big O. She's like, oh my God, you must have had so many cheerleaders who loved you. Like, girl, why are you fangirling on him? And she's like, oh my God, you have to do the cheer for me. And he does this dumb cheer. I hate them so much. Thank you for doing that. So then he's all like, I didn't just play in football. I was the quarterback. It was my field, and I decided what happened on it. So, bitch, you know why I hate this place? And I hate my girlfriend is because it's her field, and she decides what happens. It's like, God, you're hot. Oh, I love myself, an insecure king baby. Then the next morning, Lily comes in with the best news ever. She just got a 2-book deal. Now, for those who are not writers, that's a big deal. That is such a big deal. And she's like, oh my God. He's like, congratulations. Won't even look at it. No, I don't think you understand. They ordered 2 more books. I'm gonna give her an advance to write 2 more books. She's set for a while. Not just like a piddly, like a freelance. Oh, and this is good news. He walks away. Like I said, congratulations. The passive aggressive, like this man won't just say, hey, it hurt my feelings last night, what you said. No, instead he goes and hangs out with Catherine and flirts with her and then does this. And we're supposed to like this man. He's like, I'm sorry. Are you threatened by this? he is. I mean, this is how you react to the idea of me being financially self-sufficient. Oh, I get it. You've either been living on your mom or daddy's money, or maybe you're living with him and he doesn't want you to be financially self-sufficient or be the star, because then he is obsolete like so many men are now. She's surprised. I didn't see you as this kind of guy who'd be threatened by my success. He's like, but I didn't see you as the kind of person who'd shoot me down in front of a room full of people. Now, again, I think it's wrong what she did. Also, he's been a big old baby and he doesn't even read. So, and and that was a joke. No, it wasn't a joke. You did that on purpose. So, he's not wrong in being a little mad, but the way he's handling it is so immature, because he's the one who's threatened. When she finally makes fun of him, he's like, he's like, look, I know you're having a bad day. This is what women do. We do all the repair. We gotta take care. Oh, he's threatened by my, okay, look, I know you're having a bad day. Fine, I get it. Everybody has a bad day. But I'm not having a bad day. I'm actually having a great day, because this is actually probably one of the most important career days of her life. 2-book deal. Huge. And he's like, you made fun of me, nah. I'm having a good day, and I wanted to say that. This is literally how a mom has to talk to a child. So I'm going to head out, okay? Come find me when you're in a better mood. Such a king baby. And of course, on his way out the door, that old lady is like, good morning, arm candy. Fuck off. He's like, I don't really like any people in this movie. He rides his little moped into town, hang with the guy, and stalk Catherine. Okay, so these two end up spending the day together in a pool. With her ex, who's like, hey, kid. And he always keeps saying these things to make him know that he used to fork her. He didn't even know the title. Don't have a title? You don't even know what you're writing? That's not true. Most authors don't even know their title till they're done with the book. Shut up. No, writers did not write this. God. And then these two do some sort of sword fight with wooden sticks. And the Brazilian man, the one that they have been carrying, he's a cartoonishly, like Pepe Le Pew or something. Like, your girlfriend has a nice ass. He's like, that makes me uncomfortable. Oh, so he's a nice guy. He stands up for his girlfriend that he's currently cheating on. She's all like, I'm not gonna marry you. Trying to make him jealous with her old, this is just weird. I hate this. And then while he's passed out, everyone's like, were you two together for long? He's an alcoholic. I'm telling you, he's passed out there and his schmeg's at. He's into everybody. Then she's like, you followed me in town yesterday. He's like, no, I was there. I was following you because he looked wasted and I want to make sure you're safe. So this is an old trope. He's like, oh, you're my protector. Am I safe? Then they start making out. It's getting hot and heavy, and she's like, be careful. I could fall for a kid like you. Who says that? What did you call me? Kid? It's not a criticism. So he gets up and leaves, as he should. But now again, she's the bad one. He's got to teach her a lesson. Dang it. My affair. I messed up my affair. So then, now we're supposed to hate Lily. Lily's like, I was looking for you. I woke up this morning. Thought you just left. So again, she tries to repair their relationship, as women are always expected to do. He's out there having an affair, being a stick in the mud, and she's like, what's wrong? I know we're unhappy, but Lily, I'm sorry, but you should break up with this man. But again, women will do so much to try to make something work. And he's like, do you even like me? Well, I could ask you the same thing, Owen. Well, I don't always like you. Come on, you don't always like me. It's just, I'm not perfect, Neither are you. And then her phone buzzes. She looks down, and there's a text. I can't show you it because she's like, okay. From the Brazilian man. Oh, of course, the Brazilian man who will just mark anybody. And so now we hate Lily because she's a cheater, when really Owen's the cheater. Owen started all of this. This justifies him just leaving. He does. He packs up his stuff, and guess where he shows up? Catherine's place, because he can't be alone like most men. Shows up at Catherine. She's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, I was drunk and stupid. He's like, I'm leaving. Want to come? So these two take off on their little moped. Now, mind you, this is all they have. I don't know where all their other luggage is. This is all they have. I'm not even sure what we're doing, Don't follow men who don't know what they're doing. He's like, hey, leave this retreat that you got for free. It's gonna maybe break your relationship with the woman who paid for it. Because I'm like so tired of my girlfriend and I'm leaving. Taking my ball and going home. Going to come with me. Catherine's like, okay. Screw my career, I'll just go with you. So they go and they do travel stuff, like walk on the beach, take out an alley, and then they fork in the hotel room. And she has an O immediately from the big O. He did not touch her Clint. He did nothing for the kitty cat. So again, whoever wrote, you need to learn how to write more realistic, women-centered, or Clint-centered magazine. Because what is this? This looks like Samantha from Sex and the City. Like one pump. Ah! God! Anyway, we're in love now, I guess. I feel good when I'm with you. He's like, I feel like myself again. I felt that way in a long time because I've been with that stupid bird. You don't even know me, but when I'm with you, I feel like myself. Bro, you don't even know yourself. He's like, yeah, same, me too. All deserve each other. You both suck. So they're having this little affair in their little hotel. I'm sorry, this is me, the set dresser and former prop. What is all this? Whose luggage is all this? That is way more than this. I'm sorry, stuff like that ruins movies for me. So the next morning, she looks so beautiful in her chair. She's like, oh, you're working? Mm-hmm. I think I figured it out overnight. It's like how all the pieces just come together. Sometimes it just happens like that. You know, you look the other way. And this is not untrue. This is actually, I ride my bike, go do something, I take a shower. When I try to think about something, it won't come, so I move my body and it comes. Like, but it just sort of figures itself out. Then this guy. It's probably what you did before sleep though, right? This guy. It makes all the difference. You know that breadcrumb guy I told you a story about yesterday? When my viral article, when it went viral for Harper, it changed my life. I had people asking if they could be my literary agents and stuff. Do you know what my little breadcrumber guy did nothing but ghost me and get in the way of my creativity? He goes, is it because of me? I was like, is what because of you? This thing going viral, is it because of me? It went viral despite you. I was so mad that this man who was treating me like crap thought that he was responsible for my success at a job I have been doing for so long. And then my big moment, life-changing moment, he's like, is it because of me? That's what he's doing. He's like, I mean, yesterday you were stuck and now, but I don't think you have it all figured out yet. No? I think you should come over here and get a little more unstuck. Bleh. So then they do all this crap. He has a moment of clarity while she's taking a shower that he should probably not screw over people in business. He does the right thing and doesn't screw over the coal miner family in West Virginia. And when they're having dinner, he's like, guess what I did today? I don't know why he waited so long to tell her this. They've been together all day. I quit my job. What? Oh, that's huge. No, Catherine, you have a hobo with you now. You're the successful writer. You got a man who just left his girlfriend. It probably doesn't have a place to live either. Now he has no job. You're like, oh my God, I'm so proud of you. He's like, yeah, I'm doing the gym face. No, it's watching you do your work. Seeing you all lit up by it. Did you not see Lily? What? Oh, that's how Lily was. So I'm telling you, he's gonna hate her in like a month. I mean, you just love what you're doing, right? Always. No, you don't. You complain about it all. It's like writing is hard, but like, ugh. I don't. I hate my job. I hate what I do. It's like I have to win at all costs, no matter who I destroy. Yeah, that sounds like what you're just doing as a man in general. I just don't want to live that way. It's like, how do you feel? Terrified. And so which one of your books should I read now? Honey, he's not going to read your book. Like, you're good. You don't need to read my book. I know you don't read. No, I need to read. Oh, but it's because of this. The fact that people around the world know things about you that I don't. I hate that. But you know things about me that they never will. Like what a self-hating woman I am. And they're like having this lunch. She's like, maybe we should just move here. Get a little pot and I'll become a fisherwoman. God, this is the most stupid colonizer type conversation here. Yeah, I'll just move here and become a fisherwoman. Local, even though I have all this money and privilege. Big ass bank account. You know, the simple life. He's like, can I come too? Can I stay with you? I got nowhere to live and I got no job. You got a hobo now, honey. Please. Cool, it's a plan. I got a sugar mama. And he talks about this dumb football. Use it when things aren't exactly going your way. What it comes down to is trusting your instinct enough to make the call. Like a leader like me. Like I was when I was 17. A football player. It's about finding hope in the big mess. I forgot to take a photo, but it's called like the swing route or something. She's like, oh. Then a bad Moroccan man comes up and takes her computer. And Owen runs after the bad man. He escapes on a moped with another bad man. She's just destroyed. He's like, is it backed up? No, it's not backed up. Are you Carrie? Literally, the similarities between her and Carrie. Why don't you back up? What? Who writes about carries the book around with him everywhere? And he's like, oh my God. She's just distraught. And I guess as a writer, I would be destroyed. But like, what were you doing? Again, Owen, the white man, is going to save her and chase after the bad man, the bad Moroccan man. You know what I mean? I'm saying these are very subtle, but it's annoying. I look through the trash can. I'm sorry, I snapped at you. And then she's basically like, I got to go home. Okay? I don't have a place to live. I got to start there because I don't even know what to do. I just lost my book. It's like, cool, let's do that. Hobo. Let's go home together and you pay for it, okay? Let's get on a plane tonight. He's like, no, I have to go alone, dude. He's like, what? I don't know how to be alone. I just got out of a major relationship and went right into a new one. Actually started a new one while I was in another one on vacation. What do you mean? I can't follow you home. Y'all just met. He wants to move in. Come on, I'm a big protective man. I can't let you fly home by yourself. You weak woman. Take a breath and slow down. Look at me, I'm a man. I need to figure it out. You don't know what I need because I don't know what I need. I know this is hard. Don't be so crazy is what he's saying. Just let me help you right here. By helping you, I want to follow you and you fund it. How are you going to help me? I just lost 2 years of my life. And that's the truth. He's like, oh, I don't get it. Like, this is a big deal. She lost 2 years of hard work. How do you help that? Look at this. I don't have other stuff. I don't have hobbies and nicknames like the big O. I'm just this crazy woman who's all alone because all I care about is my stupid career and not love and baby. I have nothing. This is the proposal, like, part 2. God, I just have my writing or my career. That's it. The insinuation, because she doesn't seem to have children, is that she just cared too much about her silly little job and wasn't open to love. And that she was just so selfish in her last relationship that her poor cancer husband had to dump her. She's so selfish and obsessed with work. Like selfish woman, even selfish in her relationship because she cares too much about her career. And so even a man with cancer is going to dump you because you prioritize your work over romantic relationships and children. All I have is my writing. That's it. He's like, I don't think you should leave like this. Oh, then what should I do? Stay? Stick around and see what else I can do? I came here to finish a book. Not to see this stupid country or hook up with young hot dudes who cheat on their girlfriend. I should have finished my book. I get this feeling because when you get entangled with a man, especially a hobo who just quit his job as soon as he got attached to you, then you feel really stupid. You feel really stupid. When you put a man over things important to you like your work. I just let myself get distracted.
What'd you say, bitch? What was that? Distracted? Is that all I am? Arm candy? Distraction? A kid?
He leaves and she's like, oh God, what have I done? The biggest mistake of my life. So sad Owen goes and walks on the beach with the camel, cries, looks at the ocean. Poor Owen. Then we cut to New York City in the winter, in the spring. Like, these trees are very intentional. In the summer. And then we see her getting interviewed for her latest book. About how her books teach her things. What did this one teach you? But this one, I was thinking about the instinct to cut and run. Bolt at the first sign of trouble. You know, the trouble like the guy who cheated on his girlfriend and then quit his job and is lost and is attached to you. I mean, like I'm just wanting to explore the idea of just cutting and running and just running away at the first stupid sign of trouble. And we tell ourselves that we're running from danger. That just could be like BS. It could be we're running not from danger at all, but from safety. Maybe the truly terrifying thing is being seen, known, loved. Bitch, this man doesn't know you. I don't know each other. What are you talking about? I had the dumbest conversations. And later she's out with her friends having a drink. He sees her. She's like, oh my God, how are you? Her friends are like, we're celebrating her latest book. Wow, cool, nice to see you. She's like, okay, move guys, I'm gonna go. He's like, no, it's okay. I gotta go. Just wanna say hi. She's like, oh, okay. He doesn't like me anymore. I was bad. I called him a distraction. Then she runs after him like a desperate woman. Hey, look, I get it. You don't want to talk to me. I've been trying to figure out some way to reach out to you. Say I'm sorry. My God, the way I left. I picked up my phone 100 times. I just couldn't dial because I was embarrassed. All I can say, I was out of my head. There's no excuse. I was crazy. And I just lost 2 years of my life. It was like, more time. The truth is, I came back and I was barely functioning without you. Girl, you didn't even know him. I spent like 2 days with him. Walking around like a zombie. Trying to find a place to live. I missed you. Every minute. It's been like over a year. Really? You spent like 36 hours ago. And you thought about him every minute for over a year. The thing about it is, not writing lets you hold on to something you lost. I lost my hobo. So I did that. I held on to the idea that one day I could be with one of these. So I wrote a book. And it's called The Swing Route. The Swing Route? Yeah, The Swing Route. It's about finding hope in a big mess. 'Cause I just remember some really wise, amazing man told me that right before that Moroccan man stole my book. That's something you said. Yeah, I remember. What is this conversation? This is the worst dialogue. I'm sorry. You do? You remember? Oh yeah. Look, I get it. You gotta go. I'm just this old hag who doesn't deserve you, who's just desperate. You changed my life. You helped me write that book. You and your big pogo stick. You fixed me. You saved me from myself. I just want to say, you're never a distraction. Yes, he was. You were the whole point. Screw my book. Screw my career. Screw my creativity. Screw everything. You're the only reason why I'm alive. Oh my God, I love you. Well, he doesn't even say that. This is the ending. Just right here. Et voila. Wow, what a great love story.